I followed my friend and her boyfriend to a popping club in
A
Miami.
few minutes after we arrived, they left me to dance. Sipping my drink quietly when this fine guy walks up to me. He was tall, blue eyes, full beard, like Silicon Valley tech, bro meets trust fund baby. At this point, I knew Stasia and her boyfriend planned this to leave me alone so I could get my eggs cracked tonight. But I mean, after seeing this foreign man, I wasn't complaining. He didn't yell over the music, didn't grab me, didn't rush anything. He just leaned in and said, "Can I steal you for one dance?" Something about the way he said it felt calm, controlled. We danced. One song turned into three. Three turned into the entire night. And I'm not going to lie, we danced all night. The chemistry was crazy. At the end of the night, he asked for my Instagram. Let's call him Vintage. He tells me he's half Caribbean, Trinidad, and Jamaican roots, and half Canadian, and sprinkle of African. So you can imagine. I have African roots myself, so I was intrigued. He grew up in Dubai, works in tech, and travels a lot. And if you know anything about those international tech guys, yeah, I already had my guard up a little. I'd heard stories, but it was hard, not gonna lie. For context, my parents lived in Texas, but I was in college out of state. So in my head, this was just a fun Miami moment. Just finished my semester exams with an almost perfect GPA. So this vacation was like a little reward to myself. I was here to have fun and loosen up, maybe even get my eggs cracked in between. No strings attached. We were staying at Stasia's uncle's house, who was a politician and barely home, so there was nothing to worry about. The next day, he follows me and texts me. At first, I was going to ignore it, but then I clicked on his profile, and when I tell you I froze, his profile picture was him on a private jet, holding champagne, designer bag on the seat, money casually visible. I said, Miami is about to be lit. I replied immediately. From there, everyday texting, good morning texts, late night FaceTimes, voice notes, laughing, vibing. I was even surprised. I know I didn't have much experience with men, but I know rich men usually just toss cash and try to hit then ghost. But he was actually trying to know me. This was when I should have called the shots, cause when it starts getting too good, something just happens to be up. Why always me? You know that stage where everything feels effortless? Yeah, that one. Slowly, all the stereotypes I had in my head started disappearing. Then, of course, he started sending random $1,000 just because. Unlike what people presume, I was a nerdy kid from an immigrant family, so there was a lot of pressure to be successful. My parents were not broke, but they could only spare so much. I wanted more for myself. Don't get me wrong, I was a young pretty girl with a hot body. If I do say do myself so, I would be lying if I said men didn't come around me, but was so caught up I never really had time for them. Just casual flings here and there, plus I was 21 at the time. Back to my story. A few weeks later, he tells me he wants to fly to Dubai for a family wedding because that's where they're based. Cool. But once he gets there, he stops posting. I brushed it off. Some people don't like being online like that when they want to spend time with family. Then, of course, I started having a bad feeling, but I didn't care. Yet this part of the story, I started seeing the red flags. The next week, he finally texted as soon as he got back. The next morning, he texted, "Breakfast is on me. Pick a place." Uber Black pulled up, 5-star restaurant. He ordered without looking at prices. That was the beginning. Dates every week, steakhouses, rooftop dinners, yacht afternoons, random gifts, designer bags, perfume, cash just because. At this point, he never asked me for anything, wasn't even making moves to smash. And to be honest, a girl needed her eggs cracked so bad, I would have given him without question. But at the same time, I didn't want to act thirsty, so was just waiting for him to, make the move. No rushing, no pressure. He'd say things like, "I just like taking care of you. You deserve softness. I move slow. I don't play games." And I believed him. I was falling hard. A month had already passed. I had to go back to school. Yes, I was a law student, and y'all know it's stressful as hell. When I would complain, he'll always comfort me and even came to see me. Once with gifts. I was excited. Mind you, he hadn't officially asked me out yet. I mean, it was only a month, so that's fair. And I was so eager. I couldn't believe this was my life. I finally had my own man. I was excited. We had just been talking for 3 months, but it felt like years. But I did notice something weird subtly. He started asking small questions. Do you ever feel dizzy? Any medical issues or any medical conditions? And one thing about me, I've always had a good intuition, which I do brush off. He'd ask, "What's your blood type?" before, I laughed it off. I even told my friends, and they were like, "I finally have a man, and now I want to ruin it. Why don't I think anything good can happen for me?" He framed it like concern, like he was being protective. One night after dinner, this was heading to the 3rd month of US talking, already started to question if he was wasting my time. He said I was done with exams, and he came to see me. He said, "So you come with me on a short trip for Valentine's Day, just us. I have something I want to ask you." I was kind of scared, but at the same time, I was really, really excited. Was he going to finally ask me and he can finally crack my eggs? Hallelujah. He smiled and said, "I'd never put you in danger." So I bought new lingeries. I was excited, and guess where? Dubai. I had always wanted to go there. Was this God finally answering my prayers? So on the day of the trip, I dressed nice, wore something cute. We arrived late at night, 7 p.m., because our flight was delayed. He told me we were going to stay in his personal apartments because there was no need paying for an expensive Airbnb, which I was a bit strange, but I trusted him. When we got there, he said to rest till the next morning. The next day, we went on a boat cruise during the day. Then he asked to dress up for dinner. I wore a tight red dress for Valentine's. I felt cute. It was perfect. We arrived at the restaurant and it sat high above Dubai, wrapped in glass, like it was floating over the city. Floor-to-ceiling windows showed the skyline glowing beneath us. Endless lights, golden roads, and the Burj Khalifa cutting through the night sky. Everything felt unreal, like I was inside a movie. The lighting was soft and warm, candlelight reflecting off marble tables and gold accents. White orchids sat in crystal vases, and the music was slow and smooth, just loud enough to feel intimate. Nothing was rushed, even the air felt expensive. We were seated right by the window. I remember thinking, this is the kind of place people get proposed to in. The food came out like art, but I barely tasted it. He kept looking at me, smiling in that calm, reassuring way that always made me feel safe, like he had everything under control. Halfway through dinner, the music softened. He reached across the table and took my hand. His touch was steady, not nervous at all. He said my name quietly. Ruby, I've taken you on a lot of dates, he said, but I don't want this to just be about dinners and pretty views. My chest tightened. He leaned in closer, not making a scene, just close enough that it felt like the whole restaurant disappeared. When I'm with you, he said, looking straight into my eyes, everything slows down. I don't want to imagine my life without you in it. Then he pulled out a small velvet box. Inside wasn't a ring, it was a delicate gold bracelet, simple but stunning. He smiled and said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" In that moment, with Dubai glowing beneath us and his hand still holding mine, I didn't hesitate. I should have known it was too good to be true. Yes, I was so excited. I'm so glad I packed enough lingeries. This night was going to be long. Finally going to have me eggs cracked by my man. We started making out in the Uber. There was already so much tension. We came down, rushed home. We kept kissing till we got to the house. Of course, I was wearing my lingerie inside. I came prepared. While still taking of our clothes, he said, "Wait, let's have some wine." He picked it from fridge and poured in my glass. We made long, sweet love all night. Fine, tall, rich, and now gives crippling orgasms. What more could a girl ask for? Finally, my eggs were cracked. The next morning, I couldn't remember falling asleep. I just remember waking up, cold, bright lights, a beeping sound. I tried to move. I couldn't. That's when I saw him, standing there, calm, wearing gloves. Then he said something I'll never forget. "Good morning, Ruby. It's time." Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and on the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode.